What's up, guys? More Medic One here, and today we have an SRM 280S on the bench, little echo trimmer. And you remember how I've preached to you guys about do all your checks, and well, I did all my checks. I had zero leak down on the cylinder and the crankcase, but the darn thing just wouldn't run. I checked my exhaust screen. It was okay, completely clear, but check this out, guys. I haven't seen one stopped up this bad, but this is a almost, probably I want to say 80%, 85, maybe close to 90% clogged. This thing is just about all the way, it almost has the port completely closed up. And we're lucky, so very lucky, that we don't have any scoring on the piston that we can see yet. When it's this bad, you start getting scorage of the piston. That carbon will flake off and get sucked into the motor or even into the exhaust system, and it could plug up the catalytic converter. So what we're going to do, we're going to get this piston at bottom dead center, and we're going to pray to the small engine gods that we can get this cleaned up. There it is, bottom dead center, and get this thing running one more time. First thing I'm going to do is just see if I can blow any loose chips out of here that may have fallen down in there during the process of just taking the muffler off and whatnot. Alrighty, guys, I've got this engine upside down on my bench with the spark plug out, sitting on some paper towels or some rags, and I've got the carburetor disconnected from the other side. So anything that we spray in here or that we are going to chip away, and it already looks a lot better just from blowing it out. However, the next step is I'm just going to give this thing a good bath with some brake cleaner. And like I said, everything's going to run out the spark plug hole and out of the intake ports. And you don't want to run anything down in here. A wooden stick would probably be the best bet to clear that carbon out of there. But we're just going to use some brake clean, something of that nature. You don't want to damage the piston, and you sure don't want to damage the cylinder walls. Now that's already looking 10 times better. I'm just going to keep repeating the process of dousing the port with brake cleaner or carb cleaner, getting that piston at bottom dead center, getting all that carbon wet again, letting it sit, and blow it out with compressed air. Be careful not to get the tip of your gun too far down in there. Guys, I'm gonna call that good enough. You could sit here and basically port this exhaust all day long, but we've got it cleaned up the best we can for a 12-year-old truck.
Oh, more medic, you didn't tell us what the symptoms were. The video sucks. You didn't tell us what was wrong.
Well, I'll tell you exactly what it was doing. It wouldn't start, and if it did, it would only run on choke because it acted like a carburetor issue. And a clogged exhaust will mimic an ignition coil that is going bad. It will mimic a clogged carburetor. It'll mimic a lean condition. You know, if you have a seal leaking, several different things that a clogged exhaust lead you into thinking that it's something else. I have seen so many mechanics replace carburetors and everything else and never check the exhaust. They just don't think to check it. Guys, I do believe she's a lost cause. I cranked it up off of camera and it didn't run very well at all. Listen to this connecting rod. I'm gonna pull a jug just to see. Now I went ahead and took the ring off the piston. Now I want you to notice the vertical scoring on the intake side, up and down, and that is from dirt abrasion or dirt ingestion. Look at this air filter that came out of it. This is just absolutely not being serviced like it should. What we've got is a worn out piston. The skirt is actually worn so thin in this area that it's actually almost knife edged the skirt here compared to the exhaust side. If we take a look at the ring, look at the gap on that ring. It is so wide, I'm surprised this thing had any compression at all. So the clankety clankety clank when you pull it over is actually piston slap. Also, if you notice around the intake port, the coating, the Nicosil coating is all but worn away. That's also attributing to the piston slap because the cylinder itself is just worn the flip out. Will a worn out engine pass all of your diagnostic checks? Absolutely it will. And it's a pain in the butt sometimes. And sometimes you'll get one that'll eat your lunch. But just don't spend a whole lot of time on those. Go ahead and call the customer and tell them that, hey, this thing's burned up. Don't be wasting your time like I did cleaning exhaust ports when the whole daggum thing was worn out. But I went ahead and cleaned the exhaust port because all my checks were good and just worn out, bottom line. But anyway, guys, hey, if this content helped you out, give me a thumbs up and smash that subscribe button. And while you're there subscribing, please click the bell and get all my new videos. Y'all have a good day. More Medic One.